In this video, I want to talk about how to clear energy blocks. So, energy blocks, well, let's face it, on the planet at the moment, the energy is going frenetic. It's crazy, isn't it? It's all over the place. Everything's coming up. Everything's coming up. The veil's being lifted. The apocalypse is here, which means apocalypso, the lifting of the veil. Everything's going crazy. Everything's swelling up inside. And it's just like, oh, what am I doing? So, how do we clear these energy blocks? Well, we need to understand what they are in the first place. So personally, for me, with my training from being a Dharma master and a Qigong instructor, we've learnt to use the body to clear the negative energy out of the body. So how do we do that? We do that with many things, and they're all on this channel anyway. You can find them on this channel. Body tapping is one of the most effective ways. When people come on the dream method, I do get them to do body tapping. Body tapping is so important because when you tap the body, no, do it now with me. Just do it now with me. Just up and down that your inside of your arm. Just do it now. Just quickly. Just tapping. And then stop. Can you feel all that tingling coming up? All that new energy coming into the body. So if you do that every day, but all over the body and the head as well, which is a little bit more effort for people with their hands because they find their arms get tired, which shouldn't really be happening, but they get tired when they tap the head. You clear a lot of the outer meridians, but you want to start to clear the inner meridians as well because they get full up with junk. A bit like our bodies, our lymphatic system gets filled up with junk. With all the toxins in the world that we're breathing in and we're eating, if the body doesn't know what to do with it, it throws it out into the lymphatic system, and then water appears around it, and that's when we tend to put on weight, water weight, and also other weight. Because the body's just going, whoa, what do I get rid of this? To clear that, tapping all over the body, tapping helps to clear that. So why do that? And when we're talking about energy, well, everything is energy. So when you have blockages in the body, if you don't deal with those energy at the energy source, then it manifests in, as I say, into the lymphatic system or around your chakras, and then that will manifest into a disease. So we need to clear those energy blocks. But energy is the mind as well. It's not just the body, it's the mind. So how do we fix the mind? The mind needs to be connected with the body. The mind is like a time traveler. It goes all over the place, right? It's just, could be in the future, can be in the past. But the mind and body yearn to be together. And in today's world, because our attention's being dragged away from us all the time, it's very difficult for the mind to come back into the body. A very simple Qigong practice I do is like you just do this. You palm face, pushing away from each other. Push away, push away, push away. And then you'll finally get it once you get the rhythm, and then put it into your body. Same thing, into your lower gut. Most people find that more difficult. Some people don't because their mind-body connection's a bit stronger, or they're used to using their bodies. Like musicians are good at doing that because they're used to using their hands. But if you're not, you might find that a little bit more difficult. So it's connecting the mind with the body. So how do we do that? Again, I go to Qigong because you have to focus on your mind. You focus your mind on your body, on your body, so that you can move your body in a relaxed manner. So I have to ask you, how long did it take you to learn how to walk? Some people say a year. Someone in my class cheekily said, well, it took me a week. I said, well, you're a genius. Genius. But it takes about a year, right? It takes repetition. And how long did it take you to learn how to talk? Again, probably about a year. Me, a bit longer, probably. Maths timetable takes you forever, right? You still haven't cracked that. But it takes time to reprogram the subconscious mind. So what are we doing when we practice Qigong? We're reprogramming the body to move and actually be still in a relaxed manner. So we're softening our body with our mind, moving in a relaxed manner, going across the center line of your gravity, where your balance is, and your body's learning to adapt quickly to movements in the body, but in a relaxed state. Because when we jolt, like it's like all tight, and that's when you're likely to fall over. If you're more relaxed, you won't. You can go as far as you want and you know where your tipping point is, where you're going to fall over. And I've had a woman who's been training with me who's had a stroke. She can not walk very well in one of my elderly classes. She said she doesn't fall over so often now because of her Qigong practice, because of doing this. So she's cleared all of that negative energy, the tight energy that keeps us stressed and anxious all the time. She's cleared it from her body by practicing Qigong. Simple as that. But these psychological issues also will be coming up now. For me, almost like somebody, I don't know, what's the word for it? Somebody just really saying, what are you doing? I was doing a Jigam meditation, doing a meditation on gratitude, and I could feel like a presence next to me saying, you're wasting your time. What are you doing? You're wasting time. And this is just this is something that I've been obviously working on for many, many years. And now it's coming up right now in 2025, January 2025, this is coming up for lots of different people. These different issues that are buried psychologically in the body. It's trapped energy. And we need to clear them and accept them and realize why they're there. And why it's been there. It's been a protection mechanism for me to stop anybody intruding in me or my barriers, as it were. Now I understand why it comes up. It doesn't bother me now. I go, okay, well, this is healing now because I'm actually witnessing it, and I can forgive myself for behaving like that horrible taunter that was taunting me. I can forgive myself for doing that, for any karma that I've created out in the earth. So that's what it's all about, is forgiveness. Clearing energy is forgiveness. Forgive yourself for your part in it. No matter how badly you reacted, you can learn to respond to life. And when we learn how to respond to life, that's when life starts to open up for you, because you say, oh, you've learned this lesson. Now here, have another challenge. This is for you now to get over. So energy blocks, if we don't deal with the energy blocks inside of the body, the challenges that come up will seem unsurmountable. But they're not. Because everything in this material world is transient. It's impermanent. It moves. And the quantum field, the possibilities are endless. So for you to have a body and a mind clear of energy blocks in the quantum field is 100% totally possible, which is what Joe Dispenza talks about. But you can do that in many, many different ways. And me personally, I've trained under Qigong and learned that, which is like an umbrella. People go, oh, what's that mean? Qi means energy, Gong means utilizing well. So if you can do that in every moment of your life, if you're utilizing your energy well, every moment of your life, that means you're enlightened. It's really simple. There's no mystery behind it. It's really easy to understand. And when you get that, then you become more enlightened and you become more aware of what the energy is doing in your body. So people have problems with the solar plexus chakra, the sense of self, the low self-esteem, self-doubt, all of this, or your second chakra where your one-to-one relationships aren't so great because you've had this traumatic childhood experience, I should say, and you're not dealing with this very well. So they keep popping up and you keep having these triggers and you have these cycles that you run through. You have another row, it goes around and around in your mind, you're ruminating all the time because it's not healed. You need to heal those energy blocks. What we do is we put veneer over the top of them and go, oh no, I'm okay, I'm all right. But you're not. And I've realized this when I was a musician. I did that. Yeah, I'm okay, I'm all right. But because I was living my dream life, I was going out gigging, recording in studios and doing all that kind of stuff. It was wonderful. Now I realized I was just putting a veneer over it, and there was these times when I had these emotional explosions which were unreasonable, and friends would say to me that was unreasonable. Other times people say, well, yeah, you had a great insight into that. I couldn't find that balance of energy because I was coming from this negative place. You can do this. I did it through Qigong. I did it through the dream method, the process that I went through, a 5-step process that I went through of discovering what these things were in my body, these energy blocks, and then realizing actually they're not me. Where's it coming from? Then embracing what I am, the energy inside of me, actually not all the blocked and damaged energy that was circulating in me. It's actually embracing the true me. Then I actualized what is coming from the true me, and then I'm starting to master it, which means work in progress. So if you didn't realize it, then I just spelt out dream. Dream method has got nothing to do with dreaming. It's about a process you go through, and I use Qigong and intuitive coaching to get people to that place. I've had many great successes with clients coming through, and I do vet the calls, so I do have a discovery call before I do anything with people. But if you have emotional childhood wounds or self-image issues, you can check my webinars out on my website. There's one for emotional childhood wounds. There's one for self-image. Self-image is the mental picture you have of yourself, and I talk about the dream method in that webinar as well. So you can check it all out for free, see if it works for you, if you think this path is good for your spiritual awakening, your spiritual development, to clear your energy blocks. Let's get on with it. If not, fine, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be well and keep shining.